thank you very much for your patience, especially. I'm very happy for the opportunity to have you all here, especially in person in City of Niche, and I hope that everybody else who participates by online will be our guest next time. So, as we talk, as we agree in Nova Gorica in our previous meeting in the daily presentation, this is the second international conference where we put the title how to realize projects in post-COVID and COVID period. All we know that we have a lot of problems because of COVID and everything what happened in the past 1.5, let's say 2 years, and what challenges we have also in our project. And I'm very proud of all results that we actually done this time and what we did together with all the partners and especially with the lead partner who give us really, really great information and let's call like that power to create all that we create so far. Of course, we have a lot in front of us and we need to do that. So that's the reason why we have this meeting today and tomorrow in Niš. Today we will be here in a hotel conference room, and tomorrow the meeting will be in Delhi co-working space, which is let's call it that our main organization project. In the name of Arti, once again, thank you very much for participating today. Thank you for visiting the niche, and I hope that we will be good hosts and provide you all information that you need, but also that you will visit the niche and see all the important monuments and things that we have in our city. I'll now open the conference, and I hope that we will be on agenda all the time. First, probably, okay, Maki, we have a question. Could you please volume up? So if you can just volume up the mic. Thank you, Branislav, very much for your feedback. So I will introduce just briefly pass to the agenda of today's meeting. So after the welcome and registration of the participant and introduction and the welcome by proactive by me, my name is Milan Babic and I'm a communication manager on the Tangram project. Online is Nenad Stojanovic, who is the manager of the project. Beside me is my colleague Olivera Canic, who is finance manager of the project, and with us is also Tamara Spasic, who is assistant manager in the project. So after the introduction, we will have working package management, where LP, Municipality of Monza, and external expert will talk about administrative and financial issues and reporting. Congratulations to everybody who submitted the reporting period 4. I hope that everything passed well and that we will have great feedback from the GS. After that, we will have management and quality plan, which will represent our dear guest Enrico. After that, in 50-50, we are going back to the T1 and benchmarking and Tangram Transnational Cooperation Network. Our partners from University of Flora will represent activity T 1.4.1 and 1.4.2, establishment of the transnational Tangram network and memorandum of agreement, something what we do a lot in the past period, and I hope that most of us finish it. After that, in 15:45, we will start to talk about communication and how that is important. Our partners from development agency of Avia will talk to us and give us some inputs for the website and social pages. And of course, we will have planning of the calendar for the next steps. Also, the important thing, we are in preparation of the newsletter content for the second Tangram newsletter. Events and migration measures which are adopted, the next step of communication activity, which is really important because we are in the last period, last 6 or last 3 months of the our project. After that, we have end of the meeting, and for those who are participating in person, if you agree, we can go tonight in 11 or actually in 7 in one pub, which is really, really interesting and it's local. So there is some great food, similar like we was in Nova Gorica. Name of that pub is Nemir Pivnica. Visitors said that, and on the TripAdvisor, that's the best pivnica in a beer pub in our city. So we will be there and we will waiting for you. It's very simple and easy to find that place. So please be our guest. And that's also. Thank you very much once again. I'm very happy for the opportunity to have you all here and on the link. And Julia, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for participating to this project meeting. I'm really sorry not to be in person with you, but I'm wishing you a successful meeting in person, and I hope the next time we will have the opportunity to meet all together again as we did in Slovenia. So going fast to my presentation. So Milan, please, could you please allow the participants to share? Okay. Okay, so starting from the financial and administration point of view, I would like first of all to thank also Mrs. Michela Romano and Mr. Maffei, who are the responsible of the Tangram project within the municipality, and Mr. Maffei is our legal representative, and they are attending our meeting, and so going on, do you remember these cluster opportunities within the small destination cluster? This is our, let's say, name of our cluster. And out of the compulsory activities, we have 5 meetings organized at cluster level, which are organized by us. Since we are the leader of the region of a whole project led by Pordenone Technology Park, and the other is led by the Emilia-Romagna region. And then there is the participation to the Adrian annual event 2021, which is gone, but we attended, and we don't know exactly what kind of expectations the GS is planning for the clusters. So we are waiting for more details from the JS, as well from the updating of the website section related to the cluster activities. So for these activities, we are waiting for input from the JS. While for the optional activity, so for the organization of at least one transnational event for the dissemination of the thematic cluster activities, we attended to the first meeting in Pordenone. If you remember, it was immediately after the meeting we had in Slovenia. Some of us attended in person, and most of you followed the online meeting. And then there was the second meeting in synergy with our international conference held in Tirana in December. And then there is the identification and elaboration of at least 2 project ideas, and also for this task, we are waiting for JS instruction and is a pending activity. So this is just to remind you the budget we are available for performing these activities. And some of you are already asking to include the expenditures in the progress report number 4. These are eligible, and also you are invited to include them. And And so going straight forward to the application form. So as I told you, the application form, as you already know, has been modified with the introduction of these new budget lines, let's say, and you have the possibility to include the cost of capitalization in the WUPI management, and the partners are invited to include, so which be included in the WUPI management. While going on project reporting procedures, as Milan was saying, some partners have already submitted the progress report number 4, covering the period from July 1st to 30th of December. I think that most of you are still pending in the certification procedure, so I hope that you will receive soon your certificate. And I remember you the time up to the 31st of March to present the progress report number 4 at project level. So the collection of all your partner progress report that will be made by the lead partner as usual. And I hope that you will receive the certification of your submit and spend it the next. While we are still waiting for the approval of the progress report number 3. I'm sorry, but the JS is saying that they are very full of work and they will provide us the final approval soon. We are closely to clarify all the pending questions and the open questions raised from the JS. As you remember, they asked us to specify better the target groups we have reached, and also they asked us some financial clarifications. So the progress report number 3, which have been submitted by the end of September, the approval is still pending. And of course, the funds transfer from the managing authority to the lead partner is pending, and then the reimbursement of your expenditures. So I hope that this procedure will take maybe to the next month. I don't know exactly when it will be transferred, but the JS is verifying, because I've been in contact with them also in the last days, and they say that the procedure is of March. And this is just to remember you with the content part of the report and the finance part. So for progress reporting, because it is true that the JS is very slow in the analysis of the progress report, but of course we have to request. And so please provide complete information in your partner progress report and not empty reports in the technical section, because the lead partner is taking from your partner report the main contents to develop the project report. So it's important that you will fill in details your progress reports because otherwise it would be difficult for the lead partner to collect all the information. Indeed, we know, of course, the activities on we need also to know in details what is going on in your country. Remember that must be checked, then cited and provided in due time, of course. So as the suggestion, of course, is to submit the financial report as fast as possible to the national controller to be in line with the deadlines. And then I would like to remember you the importance of indicators and aggregated indicators and the details on the target groups, because this is a very, let's say, tricky, always asking for clarification for the target groups. So please include in your partner report, or if you are missing some aspect, you can send me, as usual, the Excel file with the details of the type of entities involved. So Chamber of Commerce, SMEs, and also if you are putting the names, it will be also much better, the university and so on. And then the number of target groups involved, and also the refs to the related deliverables. So for example, for the signature of the Memorandum of Understanding, which is within T1, you can state how many entities signed your Memorandum of Understanding, the types of entities, so 2 of university, 3 business support organization, and so on. And also, we have to include the attachment, of course, in the related deliverable of the work plan. So we have to include the deliverable on the work plan, on the related space for the attachment section, and also include in the target group section the details of the deliverable produced in this case. And the same is, as I told you by mail, for the working groups implementation, and we did from September, from this reporting period, it will be very important to indicate the number of participants to the working groups. So please be details in your partner report, and in case, please send me the details on the names of the organization participating and all the activities. And of course, we have to add in related section of the deliverables, the attachment. Okay. And then again, some suggestions related to the financial report. So please include the cost you are incurring in the right budget line and work package. And because this will avoid the request for clarifications from the controller and also from the JS. And the expenditures correctly included in the budget line work package for each partner must be also detailed. So this is the situation of the financial reporting. I didn't include the period 4 since I noticed that also 1 or 2 partners have certified the expenditure for the progress report number 4, and most of the partners are still pending report. So I will add all the data when all the data will be available. And as you notice, we are still quite below the average plan to be spent for the third period. And in the fourth period, indeed, some of you are improving the level of expenditures, but we are still quite below, because also the amounts included in the period 4 are, however, lower than the planned in the period number 4, in the column of the period number 4. And of course, we are still below, starting from the previous periods. And this is a more details analysis that shows that most of the partners, except, for example, the partner 9, it is quite very good in spending. Most of the partner, and also the partner 7, so they are the highest ranking on the level of expenditure. So most of the partners are very lower in the level of expenditure, even if most of the cases maybe they engage the expenditure. I know that some of you are also planning, of course, to implement the cost for the pilot actions and for the expenditure of this activity. You are planning higher amount. So I hope that your planned expenditures will be in line with the expectation of the project budget. In relation to this situation, we suggestions. The first is, of course, to plan the budget of the project up to the end of the project. And after the submission of the progress report, number 4, the partners will apply for budget changes. So you will be able to reset your budget and we will be in contact for the budget changes procedure. And as you remember, we discussed also during the meeting in Slovenia for the possible changes to be applied to the pilot actions. And you send me the details, some of you, some of the partners, on the reasons why you are asking the changes. And these were due mainly to the time passing and to the changes in the conditions on the implementation of the pilot action in your country, because when we wrote the project, it was more than 2-3 years ago. And then you, in some cases, you didn't recognize of what it was planned in the application form. I discussed with the JS these requests, and they say that most of them should be able. They are in them, and of course they will provide also some details in relation to the budget. So I will be in contact with you in order to collect this information, also because in some cases you are planned small investments that are to be included in external or in the equipment budget line. So we have to be in contact and also to define better the new budget for the pilot action implementation. And for the pilot action implementation, due to the delays occurred in the last progress report, the managing authority sent officially today to the lead partner program to extend the project duration up to 36. So this means that we have the opportunity our project up to the 31st of January of 2023. And this indeed linked also to the commit of the partner to spend at least the 40% of your still to spend budget and report it to the managing authority, to the JS within the progress report, not later than the 30 September 2022. This what is leading to. So this is a table based on the level of certified expenditure up to the progress report number 3. So we have the unspent budget up to the total budget and the 40%. So in the first column, you will see which are the amounts you are let's say, committed to spend in the progress report number 4 and number 5 and in your certification in order to be presented to the JS by the 30 September. So is clear this condition, and I can imagine that you can, of course, answer now to your commitment to spend all this budget, but you have to think about it because otherwise the JS and the managing authority can also decommit and reduce our budget. Do you have any comments or questions related to this? All the partners agree on the project extension?
Hi, Julia.
Because
do you hear me?
yes,
Hi.
hello.
Hello, Greti.
Hi,
Here
Greti.
I'm speaking. I don't know. Do you see
Yes.
me? No, because it shares screen. Maybe. Okay. So one question about this pilot request. So do you think that there is no problem to present the pilot
Yes.
as I described to you? Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yes, and we agree for project prolongation as well. And we calculate it now, and we will certainly 14% of budget spent.
Okay.
So we can commit to spend the budget in the amount JS requested.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because you can spend, so this amount is also is planning the progress report number 4 and number 5.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We received today the certificate for 29,000 euros. So we have around 30 euros for the next progress report.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Julia.
Thank you.
Here. So yes, because probably the connection is not the best, so I don't have my camera on. But yes, of course, we agree with this prolongation of the project, and also we will do our best to spend these percentages. But also, I would like to kindly ask you, because now we are in the finalization of the pilot, these ideas for procurement and everything. And can I just send you if there will be smaller changes in description, no?
Okay.
For the pilot, no? Because I would like to make as much little changes as possible, no?
Okay.
But I will write an email.
Okay, perfect. Please consider that the JS is considering the modifications of the pilot description as indeed a major change. So we are then in the process of approval of a major change. So it will take more time. This will be done, it will be approved, but it will take at least 1 month. But this will not affect you from do the So the other partners, do you have any questions in relation to these aspects? I will send you, of course, this presentation and the tables and so on. So if all the partners agree, we will proceed with the request of project extension, but anyway, we already agreed on that during the previous steering committee in Slovenia. So I don't think that will be any problems. Okay. So, so the next activities before go on with the T2 presentations that will be made on however tomorrow. So we will evaluate the state of the art of the working group and the local action plan, project meeting planning. We did the partner meeting number 3 in Slovenia, and now we are in Serbia with the third international conference, which will be considered as conference for tomorrow. And we will be in touch. I suppose that will be better at the end of the meeting in order to decide where to implement the next project meeting in connection also with the transnational event connected to the approval of the transnational action plan, which is planned at the end of the VP number 2, and that we planned original to be done in niche, but we are so positive and optic the implementation of all the local action plans by this date. Okay. Do you have any comments on the planning of the next meetings, or some of you, do you have already some conference or events or that you would like to join? Okay, so please start to think about it and we will share the final decision tomorrow morning, okay? Okay, so I give the floor to Xiliola to present the last result of the T1.
Thank you, Julia. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I would like to be in person, but I hope that in the next meeting I will be in the person with you. So I am going to share my presentation. But I need, yes.
Silviola, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm Enrico. I should present something about the.
Yes, sorry, Enrico.
Okay.
I forgot.
It's just 10 minutes, so
yes,
worry.
Yes. We have the quality management presentation. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Enrico, sorry, you can go.
I wait that my presentation is shared. 1 second. Okay, let it start. Can you see it? Can you see my presentation online?
No.
No? 1 second.
Okay, now we can see it.
Okay, now you can see. Perfect. Okay, okay. Okay, so it's just a short presentation just to tell you how the situation is with quality activities. Can you, okay. So the activities that we have already performed, and there are some issues, so probably I have to clarify something to some project partner, and also the next activities in the next 6 months. Please go on. Okay, just to remind you, these are the 3 deliverables that we have to provide with for quality. The first one was already delivered. It's the quality plan with all the rules and the standards that we have to respect for quality management. And then there are two reports evaluating how we are doing with quality. One is intermediate, and it is about to be issued. It is my job to do it. And also it is my job to do the final evaluation at the end of the project. So please go on. So just to tell you, to remind you, the quality plan was designed, it was explained online in March, and it was explained also a little in Nova Gorica. Anyway, before approving it was shared with the quality team, it was approved by the quality team, and it was delivered already in May 14th. There are the quality plan explains what we have to do for quality. One of those things, it's an audit trail certification, that is a commitment document that all project partner sign to tell that they are using an audit trail system. You have done, almost all of you have done this, but since one project partner, that is Crani, has not issued it yet, they were solicited also in Nova Gorica about this. I wanted to remind and to make it clear that they are still missing about this. So the quality manager of Crani is solicited, is invited to comply and to send me this document. Here, another tool of the quality plan is checklist, and I think that in this regard I have to clarify, because probably there was a misunderstanding, because something is missing in this regard. So checklists are a document with the checklist of all the things that you have to check when you issue a deliverable. So the rules that we have that are written in the quality plan, that all documents must comply to be done correctly. So every deliverable should be checked with the checklist, but some deliverables that I've called key deliverables that they are indicated in the appendix of the quality plan must be physically
issued, the checklist file must be physically stored in the Google Drive together with its deliverable. So yes, in this slide, I make it clear again that it's a responsibility of the local quality manager to make sure that these checklists are stored together with the deliverables for those deliverables that are indicated as key deliverables in the quality plan. This was not fun in every case. So if you change the slide, please. For your convenience, I've listed here the key deliverables that are not many because I can say 10 of them. Some are not even issued already, so there is no need to have a checklist until they are issued. But for some deliverables, there is not the file in the Google Drive together with the deliverable. For example, the second deliverable that is DT2, I don't read it from here, DT222, it's a responsibility of the local quality manager of University of Flora to deliver the deliverable, and it's delivered, but to add also the checklist. So I invite the local quality manager with a checklist missing, that is University of Flora, in one case also the Greek partners, to comply to this thing. And for other deliverables, there is not the checklist, but there is not even the deliverable in the Google Drive. I don't know if those deliverables were issued already or they are late, but there are some deliverables that are not in the Google Drive. There should be the deliverable, but there should be also the checklist for those.
Enrico, sorry to interrupt you, but your presentation froze on the first slide.
Okay, there is a technician here.
So from the beginning, we see only the first one.
Oh, that is bad. Tell me when, because there is a technician that is taking care of it. And tell us when you see the right slide.
Now we see the right slide.
Now, okay, stay here, please. I repeat, this is the list of the key deliverables, and this written clearly what are the local quality managers responsible to put the checklist file together with the issued deliverable. And the red ones are the deliverables that are already issued. They are in the Google Drive, but there is not the checklist file. So I invite those local quality managers responsible for those deliverables to add the checklist file. If you have still have some doubts about this procedure, please ask me now, or maybe write me an email. The yellow ones are the deliverables that should be issued already because the date of delivery is passed already, but I don't see in the Google Drive the deliverable, and I don't see, of course, neither the checklist file, okay? And the green one are the key deliverables that will be issued in a future date, so for now, they are okay. Okay, you can go on. About the risk management plan, I have asked all the project partner to contribute with a local risk management plan. All the project partners has sent the local risk plan, so you're okay, except Krani. I've invited the Krani in Nova Gorica to give me their contribution, because with the contribution of everybody, I would write a risk plan at project level. I've solicited them many times, but in the end, I couldn't wait anymore. And so I did a risk plan at project level without their contribution. But this doesn't mean that they should not comply in the future anyway. Go on, please. About meeting a sustainability guidelines, this is one of the last works that we have done. I've produced these guidelines. I put them under the scrutiny of the quality team. I've received some suggestions for modification. At the beginning of January, I have done a final document, and I asked all the partners to sign it and to commit to use them. Please go on. At the moment, every one of you has responded with a commitment, a written commitment. The only ones who did not send me this signed document are Monza, the lead partner, Nova Gorica, and again, Krani. Please, the deadline was on January 25, so it was not so far away from today, but anyway, they are late. Please go on. The next activity is that I should have written this evaluation report at mid-project in December. I was waiting and I was hoping that every project partner had complied with all the quality activities, just to write a report telling that everything was good, everyone has complied. Now I have to do it anyway. So this is the last opportunity in this I don't know, next 2 weeks to do what is missing. Otherwise, in this report, I have to tell the failures of someone. There are not many, but anyway, I want to have a clean report. The next activities until the end of the project, there will be probably a prolongation. So if there is a prolongation, the final project report will not be in July, but at the end, the real end of the project. It's this final assessment report on on quality activities. It will be done by me, but with the quality team feedback. So I will ask quality team feedback about quality activities, and then I will write the final report. It will be at the end of the project anyway. So the usual recommendation are do not disregard the quality activities because they are not optional.
Milan, we lost the connection.
Can you hear us?
Yes, now, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Enrico, so thank you for your presentation.
I hope that you can hear that it was understandable.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We catch up to the last slide, so we didn't miss anything.
Okay.
So we will be in touch with the missing partners to provide you the missing inputs. Okay.
Yes, as I repeat myself, I want to write an intermediate report with as little failures as possible.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Some projects that have to do very little. Crani has a lot to do, but.
Okay. So I hope that Helena will provide the missing inputs. Elena, do you confirm that you are going to send to Enrico all the inputs? Elena, could you hear us? Okay, so later on when Elena will be again with us, probably she will answer. Okay, so now it's time to Siliola, I am right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I need the permission for
So,
the
sharing the presentation.
Yes.
So Milan, please allow Siliola to share. Okay. Okay.
It's okay.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a short description for the activity T1.4 that is part of the work package T1 National Cooperation Network. This activity is establishment national network. As we know, the purpose of the work package T1 was the evaluation of the ADRION area based on market research, benchmarking analysis, and the creation of a transnational cooperation network that will contribute in the formulation of local action plan and then in formulation of transnational action plan based on future vision and negative positive expectation of tourism development. So activities of work package T1 are market research competition analysis that has finished, identification of good practices and benchmarking, common indicators definition, and the last is the activity T1.4 that has not finished, that is establishment Tangram transnational network. The two outputs of work package T1 are a benchmarking strategy that has finished, where this strategy is developed starting with the market research and data analysis related to tourism destination situation in ADRION area, and secondly, providing a set of indicators, strategy, and best practices. So the second output of work package T1 is a transnational cooperation network. The aim of this output is to set up the Tangram ADRION network to ensure effective engagement, wider impact, and project sustainability. So the network involves subjects from 4 groups that are civil society, private actors, authorities responsible for destination management, and experts. So activity T1.4, that is establishment Tangram transnational network. The purpose of this activity is to establish the Tangram transnational cooperation network with the aim to ensure effective consultation, bottom up and top down, and the consensus during project implementation and beyond. So network members will sign a memorandum of agreement which will define the network rules, duties, and responsibilities. This activity is composed by two deliverables that are deliverable T1 .4 has finished, is prepared by University of Laura with all partners' contribution. It contains rules, procedures, and duties of the network, as well as the memorandum of agreement. The network will involve subject from civil society, private actors, authorities responsible for destination management, and experts. The way of the network will run is included in the report. Also, the object, the objectives, and the main scope of the network are deliverable is structured two sections. The first section is purpose and the scope of Tangram Adrian network, and the second section is memorandum of agreement. The first section have some issues that are purpose and objectives of Tangram Adrian network, experience and expertise of stakeholders in tourism destination management, the importance of stakeholders in tourism destination management, the benefits of collaboration between stakeholders, and the roles of stakeholders in tourism development. So this deliverable, that is the first deliverable, the purpose of the Tangram Adrian network is to promote and integrate into tourism offer the parks and gardens, networked with culture and heritage resources in order to facilitate the tourism flow in the medium seasons, stimulate small, medium enterprises competitiveness, improve public and private transnational cooperation among between actors along the tourism value chain, and help to improve living condition of local population as an innovative governance system based on collaboration between stakeholders. This is the purpose and the scope of the Tangram Adrian network for this deliverable, for this first deliverable. So Tangram Adrian network will enable the achievement of the following objectives through the establishment of the memorandum of agreement, that are development of a sustainable tourism that enables the inclusion in the tourist offer parks and gardens related to the natural and cultural heritage of the destination, promotion of parks and gardens for each destination and possibility of a connection with other destinations, conservation and the promotion of natural resources and cultural heritage for a sustainable tourism development, which enables the arrivals of tourists in other seasons of the year, economic development of the destination through creation of new jobs, promoting business development through the creation of new businesses and the development of existing ones, the possibility of orienting the tourism products towards new market segments, such as elderly and children, improving the living conditions of citizens by the increasing the income and distributing the tourism demand throughout the year. So there are, these are the objectives that are part of this memorandum of agreement. And the second deliverable is deliverable T1.4.2, that is a memorandum of agreement. So based in this deliverable, all partners will sign memorandum of agreement with different stakeholders in order to engage them in local activities and in the development and implementation of local action plan. So this memorandum of this memorandum of agreement, the subjects included in this memorandum of agreement are authorities responsible for destination management, like municipality, county parks management and agencies, private actors involved in the tourism sector, hotels, travel agencies or tour operators, civil society, a non-profit organizations that are tourism oriented, are research institutes like university, research center of tourism destination, cultural and natural landscape preservation experts, and so on. These are 4 groups that will sign the memorandum of agreement. And here is the purpose of the memorandum of agreement. The purpose of this is to provide a cooperation between tourism destination stakeholders under Tangram project, transnational parks and gardens, resources in Adriatic and Ionian marketplace, to contribute to the development of sustainable tourism based on parks and gardens related to cultural and natural resources for the extension of the tourist season in order to engage stakeholders in local activities and the participatory processes for the definition and implementation action plan and transnational action plan. The second output that has not finished is the Tangram transnational cooperation. So second output of work package T1 is a memorandum of agreement that needs to sign by all partners and stakeholders in respective countries. So as I mentioned before, this network involves stakeholders or subject from civil society, private actors, other local, regional, national authorities, and experts. Here are some photos when the University of Lora has done during the meeting with the authorities that are responsible for destination management, and during the sign of the memorandum of agreement. Here are other photos with private actors like tourism businesses that operate in the tourism sector. For the moment, in relation to the second deliverable, that is memorandum of agreement signed, I don't have information if other partners have signed this memorandum of agreement. For the moment, is second deliverable of this activity. Thank you. If you have comments for this deliverable.
So, Xiliola, sorry, you are mentioning that only Vlora, that was already done in the previous June, something like that, signed the memorandum of understanding.
Memorandum of agreement is signed on
memorandum of agreement
by University of Lora with all stakeholders.
Because I remember that we invited the partner to sign it during the workshop. So I kindly ask to the partners maybe you missed to upload, or there is something pending, or do you confirm that none of you signed the memorandum of understanding, of agreement, sorry?
Yes.
Julia, on behalf of RDA Banat, I can confirm that we signed memorandum.
Okay. So you only missed to upload it in the drive.
I will check, maybe it's uploaded.
Okay.
This memorandum of agreement is signed by University of Lora with stakeholders before implementation workshop of WPT2.
Yes, I remember.
That are 3 participate stakeholders for this WP workshop, work package, T2, yes.
Hello everyone, I am Evi Mavrophili on behalf of Development Agency of Serbia. We haven't yet signed the memorandum, but we will as soon as possible sign it, and we will try for our stakeholders to sign the memorandum, and we'll give you feedback. Thank you.
Okay, so since it was an activity planned to be done already by December, I hope that all the partners did it, and that the agreement is dated before December, because otherwise we have to include it in the next progress report. And since we decided all together to be signed during the working groups, I hope that we will see tomorrow, which is the state of the art of your working groups. I hope that you will be able to sign anyway the memorandum of agreement.
Yes.
Because as you, Axiliola was presented, is important because is let's say something not binding, but is leading to a more collaborative stakeholders, and is something that is trying, let's say, to foster the collaboration with them, out of course, the reaching of target groups for our reporting. So one side is the reporting, one is the concrete effects. Okay, so please send to me and to Xiliola the update in the next days, the updated information on the planning of your signature process of memorandum of agreement, and when you are planning to finalize it. Okay, I kindly ask to all the partners.
Julie, I checked on the Google Drive and it's uploaded on December 4th.
Okay, okay, perfect. Really good.
So thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Xiliola. And now I think that we can go on with the presentation made by Trek for the Greek partner, for DAI, for the communication activities.
Hello everyone, I'm David Mavrophili from Trek Development, representing Development Agency of Serbia. I will now try to share my screen. Sorry. Okay, can you all see my presentation now? Hello. So
the sound is not really good, but we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you, not really good, but maybe because you are, I don't know if you are far away from the microphone,
Yes, let me
or maybe
check.
because the room is very big.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. Just a moment, thank you very much. So I start by referring to what we have already done from the last time we met until now. We have the first international conference was held with success. As Tangram partners, we have the Adrian annual and capitalization event, to the Adrian communication webinars regarding video editing and social and management of social media. From these meetings, we have some handouts that we will share with you tomorrow. Moreover, we run the project's website and we update it. We have the Facebook page and the Tangram YouTube channel. And as we have already discussed, we are going to draft the second newsletter and finalize it in the next few days. So as you all know, the website has a section with news and events. This is where all partners share with us their events, the press releases, project news and program news, and we update the page. As you can see, this section is updated about twice a month. As you can see, partners who have already done their participatory meetings have shared with us their photos and their agendas. And so we did update the website. However, we have done less for the section activities and library. If you go to activities, you will see that we have posted only one activity, and I would kindly request for your input. The same with the library update. The last post was made in August. So it would be great if you share with us the videos, photos, or the reports from your working groups. And we as soon as possible post them to be published. And page update. We have agreed that we will make a new post 2 to 4 times per month. The daily monitoring of the page is done by us with contributions of the accountable partner. And all partners have been given the editor's rights to make regularly their posts and make their posts. DAE and Monza monitor the content, but do not pre-approve or manage it. So in this slide, you can see some photos and the posts that have been done and inform about the participatory meetings. Until now, until December, 16 posts have been made, and they had, I can say, a success. Views are good, especially when it comes to activities. Since December, please make new post articles or let us know for your input, and we'll update the page. And here I come to the newsletter. The template was developed and shared with all partners, as you already know. All partners should keep records and update so the I talk now a little bit about the content of the about the timeline. So the first newsletter was finalized and published in August 2021. The next, we can finalize it and be published until within the February of 2022. And if we have the prolongation of the project, the timeline for the 3 next newsletter is in May, August, and October. About the 3rd newsletter, I know that the time release will be it can be changed. Because it will have the outcomes of the 3rd international conference. So this it might not be in May. About the 2nd newsletter, our suggestion is to have the key outcomes of the 1st international conference, and of course the key outcomes of the 2nd international conference. We will ask for the help of partner 10 for the key messages of the 1st international conference by the end of Friday. And with the help of our partner number 7, we can have the key messages of the 2nd international conference by Friday too. We appreciate if your small report is about 500 words. So about events and the mitigation measures, as you already know, we have the COVID restrictions. Health and safety is a priority, so some changes and challenges were made for traveling. As you know, the events are hybrid, or some participate online. Some participate in person. Of course, there is a YouTube live streaming. And we hope that this is a way to have a greater audience to outreach. And of course, our registration lists are online. To this direction, as you all know, we have signed all partners the Tangram Sustainability and Meeting Guidelines commitment. Our goals is efficiency, sustainability, environmental quality. And please all take into consideration when you're planning an event that we have to follow these guidelines. So the next steps, of course, are the finalization of the second newsletter with the contribution of our partners. Ask to please send us update website. Of course, we have to keep active our social media and our Facebook page. We will plan the next international conference. And as I informed you earlier, I sent you the handouts from the Agri Communication webinars. So you all have these guidelines. So thank you for your attention, and feel free to ask me any question. Thank you.
Sorry, could you go back to the last slide? To plan the next activities?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so I would like just to stress to all the partners to keep the social page, let's say the Facebook page updated, send it or to Olga directly, or you can also publish by yourself the news. And now we must be on track with setting up and the link to the social page. There is also the website. And since we invited all of you to send the information on the workshops organized, I noticed that only some of you send information on what kind of activities they were implementing with the external stakeholders. So please, even if you already implemented the activities, we can publish also later on information. And tomorrow we will plan the next meetings and the next international conference, or we will do online the next weeks. Okay.
Thank you very much, Julia.
Okay.
I hope that everything passed well and that we have really productive day. I'm sure that in the next period we will do all the things that are waiting for us for some period in the past. Again, I will said again that tomorrow we will start from 9. Please be in Delhi space some 15 minutes before that, because we need to register to collect all the signs and everything what we need, and to start with the conference on time. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your patience, and thank you very much for understanding of the technical problems that we have. I hope that everything passed well, and that that everybody could catch up everything what happened actually today and what we talked. Enjoy in evening, especially I'm sure that people who are attending and who are participating in person will enjoy. For those who are participating online, find something to do and take a rest for tomorrow meeting, and be sure that we will do the same.
Thank you very much once again, and see you
And
tomorrow.
sorry, Mila,
Yes, yes.
I kindly ask to all the partners to send me the presentation of tomorrow to be included as attachment of the minutes and to have an overview of the state of the art, or upload directly in the drive.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is that what
Okay.
Delta sent to us before a few days, or something else?
No. The template that was sent by Delta 2000 is fine, of course. So please
Okay.
send it to me, or upload it in the drive. That would be also better.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Julia,
and
for
I
being
see
part.
that Helena is again online. Helena, please be online also with the deadline set by Enrique, municipality of Honda partner, because I don't know if you're attending before. So please try to be in line with the quality management deadlines, okay? Because otherwise we are facing some difficulties in presenting the overall report from all the partners. Okay.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Milan. Thank you all, and have a nice dinner and late afternoon. And so we will be here again tomorrow morning. The link will be the same, I suppose.
That's right. The link will be the same. We are waiting you tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the same place, on online, but on different place offline. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye bye. Ciao
Bye.
Giulia.
Ciao.